All right. So now we're going to tell if a double-digit number is odd or even. Oh, gee, look at the ring of death. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, maybe it will. Okay, here we go. We're going to use the same exact strategy. We still draw a line down the middle, but we want kids to kind of tell that to us. So what did we learn yesterday about odd and even numbers? This is your, like, drawing out prerequisite knowledge from the kids, right, where you are letting them tell you what they remember, and hopefully someone says even means it can be split into two equal groups. Hopefully someone says we draw a picture with a line down the middle, right? Those are the things you want to hear. And they say, great, so today we're going to investigate even bigger numbers. And guess what? Even still means you can split it up into two equal groups. And guess what? We still draw a picture down the middle, right? Let's start with 26. Okay, now before I do all that with even and odd, we're going to think about how we model it with cubes, right? How do we model it with cubes?
1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me.
If we make 26, how do we model 26 with cubes?
2 tens, 6 ones.
2 tens, 6 ones, right? So I'm going to just draw that, oopsie. I'm going to just draw that on my paper really quickly, but I would also, as a teacher, I'd get out the, well, I'm so sorry. So I actually wouldn't draw it. I'd have it with physical cubes, right? And I would be like, I'd have my pile of 26 using 2 tens and 6 ones, right? You're going to have the cubes in front of you, and you're going to say, how can I split it? I kind of want to do it fast. I don't want to just be doing 1 for you, 1 for me. With this tens on, how could I split it?
1 10 for you, 1 10 for me.
Well, I'm not going to do 1 10 for you, 1 10 for me, because I might not have an even number of tens, right? I'm just going to take the tens rod, and I'm going to break it in half. 10 can always get broken. 5 and 5. So I take my tens rod, I break it. I take my next tens rod, I break it. Guess what? No matter how many tens rods I have, I can always split them evenly. Because I can always break my tens rods in half. Right?
36.
Right. And so I break my tens rods in half, and then I just take these little ones and I say, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me. With me? So now let's think about how we draw it, right? Line down the middle of our paper. We start with the tens, and we just draw them like this. 10, 20. Those automatically get split, right? And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By the way, that's even, right? So the tens rods can always be split evenly, which means we really just have to worry about the ones, right? Every time, though, we still have to draw the picture, right? So now we start guided practice. Is 25 even or odd? Draw your tens rods. What do we know about tens rods? They can always be split. Boop! So I just have to worry about the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 5 odd or even? Odd. Why? They didn't have the same amount on each side. Great. Let's do 35. And then you just keep going, right? Same way. 72. I'm just drawing 7 tens rods. You can even do quick tens. You can go 1, 2, right, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, excuse my handwriting, 70. Whoop! What do we know about them? They can always be split. So we just have to worry about the 2. And so that's the lesson. It's still grounded in the same ideas. And, I mean, I don't know. Did you guys ever really break it down knowing why we only look in the ones place? Right? It's really about, like, we're learning, we're returning to, like, some place value knowledge, right? So it's pretty cool.
So don't even worry about adding them up.
You mean writing this as 13 plus 13? Nope. Nope. You don't need to know all that. That's really getting into some second grade stuff. Okay? Good question.